Hey guys, it's Jessica Hicks. Hello in 2021. So I think this is actually my first live stream this year. So super excited to do this topic that focuses on my more entry level folks just getting started in their career. So I am going to go ahead and get started, but I did want to just share that this is a video that came from one of my, I believe, subscribers or someone that joined my last live stream that specifically requested basically for me to talk about for kids or students that are in college right now or recent grads, basically sharing a video for them to provide tips on how to get a job, or I took it a little further with internships. So that's what we will be talking about today is just, as a fresher, which is a term I had to find out what that meant. As a fresher, how do you get a new job opportunity? So we're going to talk about what that word fresher means, and then we'll get into the tips that I have for someone that is either in school right now, maybe they're freshman, sophomore, junior, or maybe a senior, or also maybe a recent grad. Like, what can you do to get your first job where you don't really have a lot of experience? So that's what we'll be talking about today. And hello, Angel. Welcome in. Hi, Bailey Squad. Nice to see you guys in here. So let's first start off with the word fresher. And let me make sure I have a definition. So basically, when I looked this up before I did this video, the person was like, hey, how does a fresher get a job? And I'm like, what is a fresher? So this is a term that basically means a first year student at a university. So it's like a freshman, and the word comes from being fresh or vulnerable. So that's what it is. In the US we have more like the freshman word that we use, and then it sounds like it comes from British, so it's more from the UK. They use the term fresher. So that's what that means. So I am going to get into the tips, and you guys know how I run my live. We'll focus on the topic at hand, and then we'll kind of get into some live discussion. But if you have questions, comments, any of that, if it's off topic, that's okay. Let's just chat about it. So partly cloudy, minister music. Hello, welcome in. Nice to see you guys here. All right, so we know what a fresher is now. It's someone that's like a freshman in college or just getting started in their career. So how does someone that's just getting started, they don't have a lot of experience, how do they get a new job? So I compiled a list. So I do have a written list of stuff that I'm going to be using. But I had to actually think back to what I did when I was in college to get my first job, and then a mix of what I also tell others that are in school or recently new. And I'm also using experience from as a corporate recruiter, and also I led programs that focus on entry-level students, and actually finding them and really knowing what stood out from those candidates that I would look for. To today, I've definitely recruited for junior level talent as well. So that's what I'm pulling this information from. If you don't agree, just let me know in the comments. If you want to add something to it, let me know in the comments as well. Something I will start doing on my lives is bringing up people into the panel once I test that out a little bit. So I'm hoping to take that a little further in 2021. All right. And welcome in. Hey, hi, my hypo fro and pink stars and 60s flower child. Welcome in. Hey, how are you guys? Happy Sunday. Okay, so my first tip for anyone that's getting started with trying to look for a job in general, but this is really specific to freshers or, new students or someone that doesn't really have a lot of experience yet, is to really understand what type of job you really want to go into. So start learning about different career paths, what it takes to move into that career. That way you can get started from when you're in college. So you don't want to be in a place where it's senior year, you're ready to graduate and you're still trying to figure it out, or even junior year where you're still trying to figure it out. You should be starting to look at different career paths and figuring out what exactly is needed, so that way you can study the right things, take on the right experience, do some volunteer work, do a lot of different things that will help you move into that path. So that's my first tip, is to start doing research. And research can be anything from just using Google, looking online. There's plenty of resources online, looking at YouTube, looking at day in the life of, or whatever you want to be. And then taking it further to actually talking to people that are in that field. So just doing a lot of really good research. So moving on from that is, once you know what you want to do and you're just looking to get any type of job, just get any type of experience. Well, I tell students, and this is what I did myself, is to use the resources with your university. So a lot of universities will have specific career sites in companies that they partner with to find their students attending job opportunities while they're in school or even after they leave university. So that's my biggest tip. A big one that a lot of companies use, if I can think of the name of it, because we use it at my company. If I can think of the name of it, I will share it in the comments. I'm blank right now. I'm going blank. But there is a huge site that a lot of companies use and also schools use. But just find out whatever your tools are. You want to start asking your career counselor, your professors, what are the resources to finding jobs, and they'll tell you. Easy. So the other thing with that is to make sure you know who your college contacts are with your school too. So you want to know who your academic advisor is, who your career services folks are, and start actually working with them directly to find jobs, because they're the ones that get all the information. When companies are hiring, and I used to do this as a recruiter, I would reach out to my alma mater and say, hey, I'm looking for some good people. I would just reach out to my past professors and say, who do you have? And so send me some names, send me some resumes. So you should definitely be connecting with those folks and know who they are at the minimum. All right, let me look at some of these comments in here. Hey, this is Latanya. Welcome in. Thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate that. Mr. Terrence. Hello, hello. What up, Flower Child? How are you doing? And hey, the real deal with Shonda Davis. How are you? Oh, nice. Thank you. Thank you all for coming in. Hey, my Fro. I'm going to get your name right, girl. I got to try. All right, y'all. Let me know if you guys have any comments, but I'm going to go ahead and move forward with the next one. So this next thing is, I think a lot of students should be doing this anyway, but it's just getting involved with your school groups and different activities. Make sure that you're participating in whatever your school has going on. It could be like, there's political organizations on campus. There are different student union groups, activity boards, all of this stuff. Participate in anything that you gravitate towards just naturally, and use that as work experience. You can say, let's say you join your student government and you handle marketing for them. Well, that's real working experience that you can use and put onto your resume, and you can actually talk about to potential employers. So that's all of that stuff. Don't take it to granted. I think where some students go wrong is like thinking like, oh, this is just my little college thing, or this is just some activity I do. No, don't think that way. Everything you're doing during college is experience that you can use. Just think of it as every little like mini steps to where you want to be. So use all of that experience. Hey, Charlotte, welcome in. Saying hello to everybody. Thanks for being here. And hey, OG. Hello, hello. Thanks for the raid. All right, so the next one is making sure that you are continuously keeping track of all that stuff and adding to your resume. Okay, now this next one is to tell every single person you know, including your professors, your neighbors, your family, your friends, whoever, that you are looking for work. And this is really big because, especially at the entry level, like when you're first getting started, you don't have any experience typically. And so it's this issue of, okay, well, how do I get a job if I don't have any experience? And how do I get experience if no one will hire me because I haven't had a job? So you have to use what you have as far as the experiences, volunteer work, organization work, on campus work, all of that, and talk about it to potential employers. But in the meantime, you need to be using your network. So I've had so many people that were coming right out of college, and how they got their job. Like, guess how they got their job? They literally got their job because their neighbor worked at some company and referred them and basically said, "Hey, I really want you to hire this person. This is my friend's son," or whatever. So make sure that everybody in your network knows that you are looking for work. Yes, Charlotte, word of mouth, 100%. Yes, that is facts. And as a recruiter, I know this happens. And I think we all know to an extent, we just don't know how often it happens. A lot of students get hired because of who they know. I was one of those folks. I actually had a mentor who introduced me to an old high school friend of his who ran a company. And so we met up. He told me about this internship opportunity when I was in school. I think I was a junior in college. Yes, I was a junior in college. I had to think about that. But yeah, he was like, "I'm going to introduce you to the right person. Most likely, if you impress him, you'll be in. You still have to interview and everything, but just move through the process." So that's a big one. And I think a lot of students don't feel like they have a network, but every single class you're a part of, you're getting not only a professor, sometimes a graduate student. Do well in those classes, speak up, make relationships and keep those contacts, because you may need it for right now. You may need it later once you leave school. You may need a reference letter. Who knows? So just make sure you're keeping in contact with those professors, and then also make sure they know that you're looking for a job. So when I say everybody needs to know that you're looking for a job, everybody. Your hairstylist, the person that does your nails, you just never know who might have a connection at, the place that you want to work in. So I love Charlotte's comment about just word of mouth. That's literally how it works. Okay, let me see here. Anybody have questions about that or comments? Let me look through here. Hey, Ariel Williams, welcome in. Nice to see you. Okay, so I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to leave Charlotte's point up because that is like the main thing that I want. If you don't take anything else out of this video, is networking. Okay. So the reason I say talk to your professors about job opportunities is because a lot of companies have solid connections with professors, and they will be the reference point. So if you can get a professor that you don't even have to have done necessarily amazing in their class, but if you were just a good student at least, they most likely will refer you. Make sure they have your resume. Let them know that you're looking, and ask for a reference. Ask them if they are willing to do that for you. Now, you do have to do well in their class. Like, if this is a professor where you're like barely getting by, they're probably not going to write a letter of reference for you. They're probably not going to really tell you about job opportunities. So, of course, it goes without saying, you want to make sure you're doing the best in all of your classes. But for those professors, that you have a really good connection with, make sure that they know you're looking. Yes, and I love that comment too, Charlotte. Make yourself notice and shine bright. Yes. So, and you will notice in college, like the people that sit at the front of the class, people that are always raising their hand, always participating, those professors will remember that. And so when they have an email from Google, someone at Google or recruiter at Google or whoever, saying like, "Hey, I was in your class back in, I don't know, 2014, do you have any students that are doing phenomenal in your course? I want to hire some folks for this internship program, or I'm looking for an entry level this." That's a lot of how it works. Recruiters will go back to their alma mater and say, "Hey, I want to keep my school in mind. I want to give opportunity for the students there. So that's a lot of how it works too. And I know this because I did this myself. I went to school at a university in St. Louis, and every time we had an opening, and a lot of people in the network would do the same thing. They would send it out to their college and to their professors. And the people that were referred, I looked at them first because I knew I already had that relationship. I knew that these were the cream of the crop. So that's a lot of how it works too. Okay, this next one is kind of goes into networking, but a little bit more. So I want you as a student to definitely, and if you know anyone that's a student, share this video with them. But going to virtual or in-person career fairs, or virtual job fairs, I guess are what they called, that really helps. So it's not just about necessarily getting a job on the spot by going to these career fairs. I have went to plenty of career fairs as an employer and then also as a student, and sometimes they don't go anywhere. But sometimes you meet really good job candidates, or you meet as a student some really good people that can lead you to a career path or lead you to a specific opportunity. So the things to keep in mind with a career fair are that it's not just about, oh, I'm going to get a job. One thing that I want you to do with career fairs is find out who are the companies that are going to be represented. Because, why do I say this? They obviously have an affiliation with your school. So they're going to have a positive feeling towards students that are coming from that university. If they're paying to get into a career fair at, I don't know, Harvard, I'm just saying them, or Howard, then they want those students. They want the cream of the crop from this university. So if you have this company list of all these companies that have paid to attend this career fair, and you target those companies for jobs, your chances to get a job opportunity or internship opportunity are going to be higher because they already have that affiliation with the school and they already want students from the school. So that will be the main thing. So even before you've gone to the job fair or career fairs, keep the company list and keep looking for opportunities with them and applying to those jobs or internship opportunities. The next thing is I want you to be prepared to attend the career fair or virtual events and get practice. So it isn't, again, it's not about getting a job on the spot necessarily, but it's great practice for you to start talking about yourself, practicing your elevator pitch, answering questions from these folks from these colleges. A lot of times they'll ask you right on the spot, tell me about yourself, or what do you think about this, and what would you bring to the company? That really helps, because another disadvantage you have when you're a fresher or someone new to the job market is that you don't have a lot of interviewing experience, which hurts you. So the more that you can go to these different events, talk about yourself and promote yourself and just easily answer different questions from folks, the better you'll be at interviewing at the end of the day. So I'm going to leave that there. And I saw someone come in. Hello, Paolindo. Welcome. Let me see here. Good to see you, Bailey Scott Norrell. Okay, so you're saying hi to everybody. Thanks for coming, Paolindo. Nice to see you in here. Okay, let me go back here. Okay, bye, Charlotte. Thanks for coming in. Okay, so with the virtual job share too, the other thing that I want you to do as a fresher or student is to ask questions. Ask questions about what tips that person working at that specific company has for you. So if it's your resume, if they need to see specific things on your resume, if there's a certain experience that you need to be gaining, if there's certain classes you need to take, learn that. You're in a great position as a fresher in college to get that information now while you can still take on different classes or get different experiences and kind of change different things to make you a better job candidate for that company. So that would be my next tip about virtual job fairs. And then the last one is just that opportunity to potentially get a job on the spot. Like there are some companies where they are really looking to, they have a goal of getting 10 students from that virtual fair and moving forward interviews. I actually worked with a company where I would go to a specific job fair at Howard University, which is probably why I thought of them. They were on top of mind. But I would go to their university. We paid to go there. And the main goal was for me to find students for a specific program. And I would say, I can't say most, but I would say maybe of a specific location. Let's say I was looking in the DC area, 2 out of 4, so about half of the students that we selected would come from that university, from that specific fair, because some of them you can actually interview right on the spot. So you have that opportunity to immediately learn about the company and sell yourself, and your skills and what you bring to the company, and then learn about that company and figure out if you even really want to do an internship there or get a job there. So I strongly recommend going to virtual job fairs, or once we're past the health situation right now, in person is definitely always best. So all right, so I had a few more tips here, but let me see if there were any questions or comments as I'm moving along here. Paolinda says, thank you. You're welcome, Paolinda. Of course. I love seeing you in here. Alrighty. So this next one is something that I recommend for anyone, whether it's someone that's in college to someone that's been in their career for many years, is to keep track of everything that you have been doing and learning. So for students, this is any courses that you're taking, any skills that you're gaining from volunteer work, from different jobs you're having. You want to keep track of all of that because, to my earlier point, all of that is experience that can help you in the job market, even with classes. So I don't just mean keeping track of your course name, but keeping track of any skills that you learn. Like if you I remember I used to take accounting classes during my time in university, and we learned SAP. Well, SAP is a tool that many companies look for people to have. So it may be a skill that is a plus factor for you as a job candidate. But the other thing too is you want to keep track of any projects that you had during your time in school. So, specific details about a project you worked on, what role you had on that project, the end result, any challenges that came up. That's really good because typically during interviews, you will have these type of questions where you're asked about, tell me about a really challenging project that you worked on. If you can keep track of the different things that you've worked on during school, different things you've learned, that can really help you be able to talk about the different experiences that you've had. And it does show you as being a more mature job candidate. I had a question on my last slide from someone that basically asked, how can they appear more like older, like more mature? And that's a really good thing to do, is to make sure that you're able to give specific examples of work that you've done, whether it's a school project or a work project that you've had, or something that you did as a volunteer opportunity, just all of these different experiences that you have. Make sure you're using that, making sure that you're keeping track of that, and moving even further, making sure that you're able to reflect that in your resume, which when I talk about a resume, I'm talking about a job advertisement, literally your marketing tool for before someone can even talk to you, what's going to get them to want to talk to you. So that's what I mean with a resume. So you want to keep track of all of that. Okay, let me see here. Hey, Golden Star Harvey, welcome in. Oh, here from the UK, lovely. So I just talked about it earlier about the fact that I had to learn what a fresher was. I understand that might be a more of a UK term to use for students So sorry, guys. All right. I don't know where that cut out, but I was just saying welcome, and I had to learn what the word fresher was. Hey, David Farrell. Yeah, long time no see. Nice to see you in here. How are you doing? How was New Year's? Let me know in the comments how you've been doing and what you've been up to. Okay, so this next point goes into my comment about attending virtual career fairs and different job events. But you want to take any practice experience you can with interviewing. Again, this is the biggest hangup I've seen with freshers or those that are newly entering the job market or in university just looking to get that first job is that, I'll share with you, I've seen a girl literally shaking, like shaking due to nervousness because she wasn't used to interviewing, to folks that just kind of froze up and didn't know what to say, to people that couldn't make eye contact because they're literally just reading everything that they planned out to say. It's something that I think students are taught to almost fear, and they're not really prepared when they get outside of college to interview well. So this is something that I would suggest doing as you're a fresher in the university. So take opportunities using your career services through your university. Typically, there are multiple people within your career services department, which for some reason, I don't know, a lot of colleges don't really advertise their career services enough, but they can actually help prepare you with providing mock interviewing. So you can have mock interviews with them to help you get more comfortable talking about yourself and answering different interview questions. Start going onto sites like Glassdoor, Indeed, and looking at potential interview questions and just answer them yourselves, record yourself, do different things that can help you prepare. And then to my earlier point, make sure you're attending different networking events and job fairs and virtual events, because those events can help you with just being able to talk more about yourself and interact with people and naturally be able to answer different questions you might get. Oh, good, David. You're saying New Year's was good. Back to work tomorrow. Okay, well, cool. Yeah, it's the same way for me. Back to work tomorrow. I know that this week is going to be hectic, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready. Let's see here. Okay, so I talked about this earlier, but I think I made this point just to make sure that I get at the networking piece. So with networking, make sure you're using all of your connections. And if you're looking at a job at a company like Facebook, make sure that you're using your network and people know, so that you can understand if you're connected with anyone that works there. So use Facebook and LinkedIn and these different sites and social networking tools to figure out who might be able to get you a step in the door or a recommendation for that company, because that'll be really important. So this could be parents, neighbors, mentors, professors, advisors, chairman of your different groups that you're attached to, any of that. So just keep that in mind. The last one that I have just goes to the experience part. So if you're feeling that, okay, how do I get a job? All this is great, but how do I get a job if I don't have any experience? I don't have any groups. I'm not interested in any groups. I don't do anything. Like, I'm literally in college. I've just been learning. I've just been studying. That's all I'm doing. Okay. So 2 things. One would be to volunteer. Work with your university, find an organization that you can volunteer with. Most universities have resources for this. You can volunteer with something that's in your field. So for example, if you're a teacher, you can volunteer to teach English or ESL classes to different folks. You can do like an intercambio where you're helping with Spanish speakers learning English. Volunteer opportunity that you can put on your resume, gain some experience, and talk to different experiences you've had through that volunteer work. And sometimes volunteer work leads to full-time roles. I remember I worked at a Hispanic health center, and I was more fluent in Spanish than I am now. I can speak a little bit, but not so well. But I volunteered there, and they actually started sharing full-time job opportunities as well. So you can actually get full-time or internship work through some of these organizations that you've been volunteering with. I actually worked with a girl last year. She left the company that we're both at, or were at, um, because she found a opportunity with this organization, this pet organization that she volunteered with for many years. They hired her into like a senior level type of role. So you just never know. Let me see. David, did you get up too much? I'm gonna chit chat with you on that in just a second. Let me just make sure I got through all of my points here, but I'm gonna answer that. Let me see. Okay, so real quick, for a fresher that is just trying to get their first job, my tips for you are to understand and do research on the area that you want to go in. What do you want to do when you leave university? Really understand that and understand the path that it takes to get there through doing research online, by talking to people that are in that field, and make sure you understand what you need to learn, what skills you need, and continue building out that network of the people you need to get close to go into that area as well. Next, learn about the available resources on campus. So this is career services, online job, sites that they're using, any companies that are affiliated with your school. All of that you should be aware of and you should be using. Participating in groups and organizations on campus and using that, including that experience on your resume. Next, telling everyone you know that you're looking for a job. This includes professors. So doing very, very well in your classes, keeping those connections with professors and getting referrals from them. You may need to get letters of reference at some point for different internship or fellowships or, different opportunities. Build those connections with them, get their contacts, stay in touch with them. Don't just reach out to them solely for references, but keep a real relationship with them. And they will show you, support and send different opportunities your way and things of that nature. But you have to participate. To Charlotte's point earlier, be that star pupil in her class as much as you can, at least be in good standing at the minimum, and they should be able to show you some support back, because they, at the end of the day, they want their students to succeed. And then tell other people that anybody neighbors, person that does your hair, person that does your nails, your friends of your friend of your friend's mom, whoever you need to tell. Everybody in your community and your circle should know that you're looking for a job, know a little bit about you so that they can actually promote you. And then they should also be able to talk to the specific area that you want to work in eventually. And then attend virtual job shares, attend virtual job fairs and events so that you can get that practice with just talking about yourself and your skills, so that way you can be a good interviewer, using resources for mock interviews and things like that. Just getting really comfortable with talking about yourself and answering different questions. Some people just aren't really good with talking to people. So if you're an introvert, I might do a discussion on this, but for introverts, it's a little bit harder. I am an introvert, believe it or not. And it can be tougher when you're just getting started because you don't really want to talk to people. So you have to practice more and you have to kind of let your personality bloom slowly. So with doing that and attending different events and doing these different activities, all of that helps at the end of the day. So that would be my other tip. Next was just keeping track of what you're learning. All of the skills, every single skill you have learned in college that you're paying good money for. Don't get me started on student loans. You should be keeping track of all of that. If you're learning SAP, if you're learning Salesforce, if you're learning any of these tools that these colleges have you paying for, or, all of that, you need to be keeping track of it. So note everything that you're learning, note all of the projects that you're working on, and just keep track of it so that you can use it later or you can add it to your resume. Next was practicing interviewing, which you talked about, using your connections, volunteer work. Okay, I think I got through everything. So those were the key takeaways for this video. And if you guys want to hang out and chit chat with me for a while, let me know and I'll hang out here. Let me see, but I'm going to go to David's question on, did I get up too much? David, not really. What did I do? I talked to my mom. She actually had me making black eyed peas and cornbread. So I had to figure out how to make vegan black eyed peas and cornbread. So normally, David, I think you are, if I'm remembering correctly, in Ireland. So for the Black American folks here, typically we ring out the new year by eating black eyed peas and cornbread. I don't know the exact significance of where that started, but it's supposed to bring you prosperity and luck. So my mom was sharing with me like how to make the peas and whatever, but I was like, okay, normally for black eyed peas, you would do like a meat, like maybe a smoked turkey or something with your black eyed peas to give it a little flavor. For me, I'm vegan, so I don't eat meat. The only thing I will eat on occasion, if it's a good occasion, is seafood every now and then, like really good seafood. So I did that. So I was like, how do I do this? So I did that, and then I had to make a vegetarian cornbread, which was kind of hard to figure out the ingredient, but I figured out an alternative for egg and an alternative for the milk, which is just almond milk, and some of the other ingredients. So that's what I did pretty much. Watched some TV, hung out, went out for a little bit, but nothing very different New Year's than what I would normally do. So, but thank you for asking. I'm interested in hearing how your New Year's was. Were you able to do anything exciting? Hey, King of Kills, nice to see you. Oh, you're working, but you're can't even talk. You'll be popping in and out. Okay, that's cool. No worries. I appreciate you being here. You always offer a really interesting perspective. And King of Kills, you're still in here. I shared a few tips for my freshers or my new job entrance. So anyone that's in the university right now that's looking for a job. So if you have any tips, definitely put them in the comments after this video or put them in the comments here in the live. You never know who it can help. But I basically got this question in the last live. Someone asked me how to get a job as a fresher. So I wanted to make sure that I touched on that before the year started to get crazy. This week is going to be wild. I know it. So I don't know how many videos I'll be able to get out this week, but I did want to make sure I addressed that. Let me see. You know what? So, David, I unfortunately didn't get to see my friends. I'm hoping that I'll get to see some folks after January. I don't really have a lot of friends here in Dallas, to be honest. It's really sad. I missed some of my folks in St. Louis, which is where I'm home. It's like home base for me. And then I miss my family and friends in New York too. So my mom's side is in St. Louis, Missouri. I know on my dad's side they're in New York. So I've made some good friends in St. Louis, just great friends there. And then New York, I met some pretty cool people that I would have hung out with. But yeah, but I dipped out of New York. I just felt like it wasn't safe for me being a single woman in New York. So, and there's just not enough to do. It's just, I love the theater and all of the things that came with it. So I had to dip out, but who knows? I might go back one day. Let me see here. Oh, thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. Yes, please. If you know anyone looking or you know anyone in school, please do share those tips. Just because I feel like with the career advising in schools, I don't really feel like they touch on a lot of the real things that students need to know. They just kind of go, oh, here's a resume for you and, use our job site and that's it. So I definitely am hoping this helps those that are in school right now. Let me see. David says, Oh, you were off for nearly 3 weeks. Well, that is nice. That is one thing that I kind of, I don't want to say I'm completely jealous of, but I wish in the United States we did longer time off. US is just workaholics. Businesses are just about, their money. So we don't really get a lot of good breaks unless you get with a really good company where they are literally shut down. Now, I think Boeing is like that, but they're having their own challenges right now. But that's really nice. What did you do during your 3 weeks off? That's awesome. Let's see. David says Ireland is in lockdown again. That's okay. It's crazy. It's like we go on lockdown, we open up, lockdown, open up, this is ridiculous. Can we just pick one or the other for a while and get it over with? If we're opening things up, it's just open. We're not. I have my own personal thoughts on that, but I just think it's silly how we're kind of going back and forth with this stuff. David says I had a good Christmas and did some partying. Hey. I guess I am living vicariously through you, David, because I have had no parties. 0 parties last year, I guess. Yeah, even before everything happened, I wasn't really partying. I was just kind of chilling, going to different events. Let me see. Hey, 0. But David, the rest, yes, I'm glad you got some rest over your 3-week break. Hey, 0 the Infinite. Hi, nice to see you here. Let me see here. King of Kills. I don't think this year will be the relief people are hoping for. You know what, King of Kills? I feel the same way. I feel the exact same way. So, there's a lot of hope, which I think we should be hopeful. I mean, for myself, there's definitely a lot that I have to be grateful for. But I think that those that have really struggled and been hit the hardest of this whole, 2020 experience, I don't really feel like they're a lot of the folks who are depending on the government to figure something out. I'm never a big proponent of the government is going to help us out. That's not really what they're here for. I feel like they're here to kind of keep order, keep the American society going and fill their pockets. That's my personal thought on it. So I just don't feel like they even feel what the real American people are really going through, which we see clearly, the whole $600 stimulus slap in the face, oh, here you go, it's kind of like someone's nagging you for money. Maybe they're asking you for $50. It's like, here $5, go away. It's go away from me. Just hoping that that'll appease people. But I just don't have any faith in government, really. I feel like we as a people will have to figure it out. Let me see here. Paul Foani. I don't know if I pronounced your name right, if you're still in here, Paul. Paul Foani. Is that correct? Did I pronounce your name right? Let me know. I am constantly, when I'm on the phone with candidates, I'm always like, did I pronounce your name right? How do you pronounce your name? Okay. You say, please, how can we get to you in person? Well, no one's getting to me in person because of, the whole lockdown stuff and this thing going around. I don't want to catch the cooties because I'm not going to say the real word since YouTube doesn't like that. But if you want to get in touch with me, I have my links. If you go to my About bio on YouTube, I have my contact details there. So you can either send me a note on LinkedIn or my email. I also do consultations. I can send you that link as well. But I think all of that is on my YouTube About section if you're interested. And then my name is just Jessica Hicks on LinkedIn. I'm also on Instagram, jobsfromjess. I do, post content there as well. I try to post when I go live and stuff. So that's how you can reach me. And I appreciate you being in here, Paul. If you have any questions for me on this live, I go live every weekend. Typically, I try to go on a Saturday and a Sunday, and I'll have different discussions. Sometimes it's more social, work topics. And then other times like this, I'm addressing specific job questions. So just let me know. But at any time during a live, you can always ask me job specific questions. Or you can also leave me questions on any of my videos. I look at all of my comments, so you can do that too. Hey, Minister Music, you're still hanging in here. I see you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, David. Oh my gosh, I would love that. 30 business days off a year. Like in the US, you might get, as far as holidays, you probably get like 10 holidays, about average 10 to 15. And then you may get 2 weeks of work, which equates to, 10 business days. Yeah, we don't get as many as you guys. And that's like a good scenario. Like a typical scenario. Now, some people do get a lot of vacation time, but a lot of people don't feel like they can use all their vacation time either. So that's the unfortunate thing. Everybody's saying hi to everybody. Nice. Yes, Angel Pooh, welcome. Nice to see you here. Happy 2021. Thank goodness. And Bailey Squad is saying the same to King of Kills point. I don't think so either. So I'm interested in hearing what the thoughts are though. Like, why do you feel that way? For me, I feel like it's very soon. Like with the whole vaccine, it was pushed really fast. I need to see what happens with that. And then also the financial support. Out of all the countries, David, if you're still on here, in the US, we have gotten I won't say the least just because I haven't looked at every single country. But of a lot of countries, as per usual, the government has come in and support their people more than here in the US. So, hi, host. I don't even know what you're saying. Go peace, Terminator. But hello, welcome. YouTube doesn't like you using. No, they don't. David, they think that you're spreading incorrect information. So they don't like, apparently, this is only coming from other people that are on YouTube and content creators, but they don't like for you to use the C word. So that was something that I had to learn. Now, the last live video I did, I just said it because I was like, whatever, I don't care if they push this content. I don't really feel like YouTube pushes my content anyway, because it's not like trending stories or anything that's super, it's not like, oh, what celebrity did this, or anything about the stimulus check updates or political or all these, hot topics that people love to watch. I am not political, so you really won't see that on my channel. And I watch some of the celebrity stuff, but I'm not super into it. So this is strictly like getting people either jobs, side hustles, extra income. That's what my channel is about, for sure. And then, of course, I provide insights on how to navigate just the job market and how to get new jobs and things like that. Also, Dave Farrell, I don't know what that is in American dollars. So $350 a week in euro. So David, does everybody get the €350 a week, or is it only people that have been that have lost their jobs, or they had their business impacted? Interesting. Yeah, Bailey Squad, I hear you. So yeah, it's not enough research for me. Virus and vaccine in less than a year. Nope. Yes. And Bailey Squad, I actually used to work at a company where I would hire folks that manage the communications for the clinical trials and different pharmaceutical brands. And typically, like, they would literally talk to me about all the work that literally went in to getting these different drugs passed and FDA approved, and it would take years to do all of that. So it's just like they have to do clinical trials. And so I'm just like, how in the world did all of these companies speed up the process that fast? Either they already had something in the works that they just had to tweak, which I have heard that before, that they've just kind of, tweaked what they already had. or something's not completely tested out. It's not vetted. Like they skipped a couple of steps. Like, oh, we don't need this. We can bypass this one time. But yeah, I just don't. I don't really trust it. Now, it'll be interesting to see because anything you take, any kind of drug that you're taking or vaccine is going to have some type of side effect, I feel. Because, we've all seen those commercials. Did you take such and such drug in 1991? Like, you may be eligible for compensation. Or, you've seen those commercials where it's like, oh, you take this drug for psoriasis and it'll cause this and this for your skin, but it'll also cause in small print, also could cause potential to death. Like, what? I could die from this? Like, what are you guys talking about? Just to make my skin clear? I don't think so. Anyway, I'm being silly, but it literally is true. It happens. Let me see here. David says, wow, that is ridiculous. Talk about censorship. Yes, yes. And you know what? Something else that's been going around the YouTube streets is that a lot of the internet platforms right now, as you probably see in the news, a lot of them are being investigated. But I think a lot of that stems from like Twitter and Facebook and all these different social sites being pretty biased with who they tag on these posts. So they're very left focused versus the right focused. So they give a little more leeway to the left versus the right. So there's like all this political game. But basically what people have been saying on here is that they're going to make it so that you can't use images of other people, like with celebrity bloggers and things. They can't use a person's likeness or else they could be sued. So you could be sued because you used, I don't know, Iggy Azalea. I'm just thinking of her because I just watched her and her baby daddy drama. But you could be sued by using someone else's likeness. So that is, from my understanding, going to be used as a way to start shushing people, like keeping them quiet. Let me see. David is answering about whoever is unemployed as a result. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, David. Now, I will say, as far as unemployment, I think they still have been increasing it. The only issue with that is for those that are business owners, I don't know if everybody that needed the money actually got the money. For the people that have been unemployed just because they lost their job, I do believe that they have been getting their income. However, even I follow a few job sites and HR sites too. There have been people complaining that they're not even getting their funding because someone scammed and actually got their information. And so now they're getting their unemployment money. And this person who legitimately is not working and should be receiving unemployment they're no longer receiving anything. And then the other side of that is with the whole political game of Congress. If they don't pass this or they don't pass this extension, you may not get your money. And it's a lot of things have been held up. And it's just crazy. It's just insane. Let me see here. King of Kill is talking about the vaccine. So it's definitely not completely tested out. It takes years because they need a huge sample size before giving it to the world. Right. There's going to be all kinds of side effects popping up over the years. Yeah, I can see that because the whole thing with kids, when they go to school, they have to take certain vaccines. So all of us had to be vaccinated for certain things. But people are fine with that because all of that has been tested. So it's, it makes sense. Like, we just need to see what's going on. A lot of people use that for views, right? Yes. Minister music. Yes. A lot of people are, well, and I think I guess I'm torn in a way because it's like everyone has their opinion. Everyone's entitled to free speech and all of that. But yeah, there's a lot of like clickbait going on. People just putting up pictures of folks just because so they can get some views, and then also spreading hateful things about certain people or just outright lies. So it's I don't know. We'll see what happens with it, but I don't use that stuff. I don't post. The only thing that I posted that I guess could have been taken as that was the video I did regarding the whole Kevin Samuels response to that black woman that he called, your average at best. Um, you guys know how I felt about that. If you haven't watched that video, you can watch my response to it, but I didn't like that. But I think that's the only photo I've used of someone else that isn't like a, you know, already approved photo that's like a generic image. I've used a few generic images here and there just because I was lazy and I didn't want to take a picture. I normally like taking pictures, but I was like, well, I'll just pick this picture. But normally it's just me, so I don't think I'll have any challenges with that. But who knows what changes they'll have? They may say you can't say this word, or you can't say that word, or you can't have this in the title. So that's a little scary. I just joined Clubhouse and I actually like that app so far. I'm very new, like I've been on there 2 days, but it's pretty nice because you can just step into different conversations. You can join a panel, you can ask questions, and it's very open. And, people have said whatever, like people are talking about Bitcoin in there. I joined a few sessions on that. I have joined a couple of sessions on just business information and entrepreneurships and all of that kind of stuff. So that could be nice. Like it's interesting because I feel like when one platform starts getting too stringent, then people just go to another one. So it's tough. I don't think YouTube will go away just because it's a huge search engine, kind of like Google. Like Google isn't going away. We use it every day. People search YouTube every day, just like any search engine. But I do feel like something else might replace it. Maybe TikTok, maybe Clubhouse. I don't know. Maybe even what is it? Spotify or any of these different podcast apps. Minister Music says so. YouTube is gonna ban it. Yeah. I mean, that's what it's been sounding like. Now, again, I only heard this from folks that are like, big YouTubers and they're doing like celebrity type of information. But that's what it's sounding like. So let me see here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, I don't think you answered me, David, about, let me see. So whoever is unemployed as a result of COVID. So David, I do have a question for you. I don't think I actually asked you this, so sorry. So say it's a person that, I've never worked a real job at a company, but I have my own business, or, I'm an entrepreneur. Are they also getting the same amount of money? Like, do they get more? Like, is there any incentive for them? Because the only thing I've heard for business owners is the loans. Like, they can take out a loan so they can help run their business. But I mean, a loan is not really, yes, it helps, but you still have to pay it back. So I don't really understand the significance of that or how it's really going to help folks. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, you're in Ireland. I had to figure that out. Okay. Yeah, so in Ireland, are they providing money to actual business owners, or are they just providing loans like the US is? Because I have my own personal feelings about that. I don't think I would want to take a loan out if, unless it was maybe guaranteed that I could do a grant or something to pay it back, because that's not free money. I don't even like, for myself, I don't even like taking out loans for myself or using credit cards and things of that nature. So that'll be interesting to see like how this all pans out. But to King of Kill's original point, I just don't feel like with the vaccine, we still have to figure that out. I think there's a lot of hope even with the stock market, there's been a lot of folks saying like the stock market is going to crash this year. I mean, the stock market crashes, it goes up and down. So I don't really, it's not a matter of if it's going to crash, it's just when. So it could make sense that it would crash this year just because, there's been so much hype. And once the vaccine came out, there was this influx of people, putting money into the stock market and raising the stock market up. But in reality, the stock market isn't reflective of the real economy. So what's really going to happen when the smoke clears and we're seeing that, people aren't buying as much as they were and, for a lot of these companies. So we'll see. Like Limited Brands is one company that I own stock in, and their stock has actually gone up. And I'm just like, how? What are people buying? They own, so Limited Brands holds Bath and Body Works, which I use myself. So I ended up buying them as a company just because I was like, I spend money there. I better start owning some of their stock. But their stock has gone up, but it's like, why? There's no reason. Oh, hey, real brother. How are you? Okay, let me look at this. Let me look at your comment here. Okay, so real brother, you're late. Yeah, you're late, but it's okay. That's cool. I'm just, how I do these lives. I talked about everything at the beginning, and now I'm just having a little chit chat with everyone in here. So I'm late. I'll just creep to a chair in the back and nod. That's funny. With an intense look on my face, pretending like I've been here from the beginning. That's funny. You and Paolindo, I think, are just sitting in the background because I haven't heard him telling any jokes yet. So we'll see here. But you can chill in the background. That's okay. David, yes, you missed a lot. So, David, I was asking you a question. What was my question for you, David? Oh, I was asking you, and I can give a summary of what I talked about earlier, but I was asking about the whole payment that the government's doing in Ireland. So are they actually giving the money to anyone that was affected by the C word? Because, I can't say that. Or is it just for those that have worked? So they worked at a company, now they're receiving unemployment of 350 euros. Or does it also include those that are entrepreneurs or they, work from home? So they haven't really been working for a company. Are they getting paid that amount too? Or what are they doing? Because I was saying here in the United States, what our government has done is said, oh, you can take out these loans to help you in the meantime. But I think there's a lot of constraints around that. And so some people don't really want to do it, but that's something that they've done for business owners, is giving them the option to take out some loans. I don't know too much into it just because I haven't had to use that, but that's one option that I don't really agree with. And then I'll address your summary question. So summary from earlier, the summary from earlier was that I was basically giving some tips to freshers, which I just learned. It's just like those that are in university right now. So they don't have a lot of experience working. So I gave a couple of different tips, a total of technically 8 tips to them, because I had someone basically requested in my last live. So they were asking me like, hey, how do I get a job as a fresher? So I talked about that earlier. Oh, hey, Paolindo. So I can give a summary on that, though. I'm back with eating my dinner. Okay. What did you have for dinner, Paolindo? Please, Paolindo, I hope you ate seafood. I've been telling you to eat seafood for me because I love Italian seafood. Or pasta. Like pasta, here are your options, Paolindo. Pasta, seafood, or specifically pizza, like Italian, traditional Italian pizza. And to top it off with gelato. That's what I want to hear that you ate. I love Italian food. Let me see here. Okay, so there was a separate payment for businesses. Oh, so businesses did receive payment though. That's good to hear, because I hear from folks here that it's been a struggle for if you've been a business owner. Now, some people that have been collecting unemployment, some of them are better off because they had been getting more money than when they worked because our minimum wage here is so low. I saw a stat somewhere that said our minimum wage really hasn't changed for the past 10 years. So, which is just crazy because our cost of living here in the United States continues to go up. Like it's even hard to find for a lot of people to find apartments and things like that. But yet, the pay isn't changing even for salaried folks, so not even just hourly workers, salaries have not really changed that much unless you have had just a lot of promotions or you moved companies multiple times. It's really hard to get really what your wages should be today. Let me see here. David, a wage subsidy scheme. Okay, David, thank you for answering that question for me. I was just wondering because, I have the United States perspective, but I don't really know what's going on in other countries like Ireland. So that's good to hear. But again, here in the US, the United States is more about bailing out big business than worrying about the small business or, just the everyday people that are working, in my opinion. And what we see on the day to day, they don't really care. There's probably a small percentage that cares, but we don't really see that. Let me see. Chicken wings and potatoes with onions. Oh, that's not what I want to hear. So I can't eat the chicken. I can't even eat that. The potatoes I can eat, but it's with onions, and I don't like onions. So I'd be that person. I'm like pushing around the onions on the plate, and I only eat the potatoes. I used to do that as a kid. I'd move all the other stuff that I didn't like. Or if I didn't like the meal at all, I would like shuffle the food around my fork and then act like I ate it. One thing I did, I don't know if you guys are interested in this, but we're having our chit chat, so I'm going to share. So one time when I was a kid, I remember I was at my cousin's house and she's older, like way older than me. Like when I was 10, she was like, I think in her 60s or 70s. Anyway, she was babysitting me. She cooked me some oatmeal. And for some reason, I just did not like that oatmeal, how it was taste. I was a real picky kid. And so what I did was I started purposely sitting my chair closest to the trash can. I'm terrible. And so while we would eat, I would just like shuffle the food around. I like just act like I eat and, put it up to my lip, do a little, act like I'm eating a little bit. And then as soon as she would turn around or leave the room, because her kitchen was stationed to where she had like a fridge and a deep freezer somewhere else outside of the kitchen. So she would have to go get like a drink from the fridge or whatever. I turn around and I like shut it, put it in the trash can or whatever real quick. And then she later found out about it. I got away with that for a while, but she found out about it. Because what I would do is I would put it in the trash can and I would cover it with a paper towel. I would like throw a paper towel. I was a little sneaky kid when it came to food that I didn't want to eat. I'd be like, nope, I'm not eating it. And then with my mom sometimes with her, because my dad, he would just give me what I wanted to eat. He was cool. My dad would just whatever I wanted. McDonald's at the time, I would eat McDonald's. I would eat like bad things. I'm like, I want this. He just get it for me. But my mom, she would say, like, you have to sit there and eat it until it's gone or until a certain percentage of the plate is gone. I'm not leaving the table. So I would have to sit there. And you guys know what I did? I would literally just sit there. I would sit there and look at the plate and look at her and look at the plate and then just sit there and not say anything. And then I was stubborn. I would just do that. And then eventually she would just break and she'd be like, okay, I'm going to make you some macaroni and cheese or whatever I wanted to eat. Because I had to eat something, right? So anyway, I was a bad kid in that way. I was a good kid, but when it came to food, I do whatever I need to do to get around eating that stuff. And when I was younger, I was pretty skinny. Let's see here. My background is like a magician's set. Oh, I like that. Okay, cool. Abracadabra. Let us all be very successful in 2021. Let it be done. I don't know. Hopefully my magic works for 2020. Let's see here, Paolindo. I will bring you to eat great seafood, pasta with seafood, and excellent gelato. Yay, that sounds delicious. Love it. And said it's a promise. Love it. Let me see here. It's really easy to make you happy. You just need a very nice restaurant in a meat-free environment with bomb desserts. Throw in some good music. We definitely. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I like if I can get like a good restaurant, good vibes. I'm pretty chill. Let me see here. Paolina says onions. I love them, but don't worry. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't like onions. I do not like I can I'm fine with green onions, but real white onions, I just don't like them. I will use it to cook for other people, but I just don't like them myself. I believe it's disgusting to eat garlic, especially when garlic is cooked. Garlic is so good for you, though. It smells terrible. It does not smell good, but it's really good for your immune system. I learned that during last year. And I would actually add it to whenever I make pasta dishes, I would just add a little garlic to it. Not a ton, but I would add a little bit. But yeah, it's so good for you. David Farrell said, "Such a brat." Oh yeah, I was not trying to. It's not trying to say. And I remember that specific scenario because I got caught probably. Eventually, like it had been a while, and I actually hurt her. She was really hurt. My cousin was, and she was so sweet, and I was so sad. And I didn't do it again to her. I didn't do it again to her because she said that really hurt her, and I was eating her food, and she was like, "Well, what did you like about it?" And I mean, I couldn't really tell her. I think it was like too thick. I'm a big texture person, and I think she had like the old fashioned oatmeal or something. I don't know. Whatever it was, it didn't taste like my mom made it, and so I didn't like it. I took one bite and was like, I was like, this is not it. This is not it. I'm not eating it. David's laughing at me. Oh man, let me see here. Paolindo, however, your topic is focused on jobs, but you talk about food. I do talk about food to you, but Paolindo, I think part of it is because you join a lot of times when it's like at the end of the discussion, and so I just like chat at the end of the live. Once it hits about the hour mark, I'm typically done with the discussion about what the topic was, unless there are other questions that come up. But yeah, I'm like. I'm like, yeah, about the food. And I did I eat today? I ate some pistachios and I drank my green smoothies, but I am gonna eat dinner. I normally just eat like a meal or two a day. Just depends on how hungry I am. Let me see here. David Farrell says, "Are we meeting?" Like right now, no. Someone asked me earlier, how do they get to me in person? And I'm like, well, no one's getting me to person now unless it's my mom. or a close friend, I guess. But no, I don't know how we're meeting. After things are safe, I will definitely be traveling. I am tempted to travel to Mexico because I've been talking to everybody that's gone to Mexico. I'm like, what is going on? What's in Mexico? I've talked to like 4 people that either were going to Mexico, came back from Mexico, going on trips. So people have definitely been traveling this whole time, which is what I don't understand. So we can't see our families. We're not supposed to be going out to like dinner. And I do go to restaurants, guys. I don't care about that. It's whatever. I go to restaurants. I don't care. But we can do all of this. We can be in the street together, huddled up, and all this stuff. But we can't go to clubs, and we can't. We can't go to clubs. We can't do all the stuff. But in the airplane, you're sitting this close to multiple people. You have people in front of you, behind you, on the side of you. It's just like make it make sense. Make it make sense. Let me see here. Paolindo says, yeah, I know garlic has good properties, but if you eat garlic, you can kill a... Paolindo said you can kill a vampire too. I'm done. I'm done with you, Paolo. But yes, I mean, garlic, the smell is bad, but you know what? We just got to do it. I actually throw a lot of different stuff into my bath water. This is off topic, but I'll put food in my bath water. Now, not garlic, but I did a detox bath last night and I used orange pills. So I use food for different things, not just the. Let me see here. Real brother, the little things are the best if you're searching for happiness. Oh, that's so sweet, Paolindo. That is so sweet. That's true. So Real Brother says, I know that seems bad, but your body isn't a garbage disposal. Everything isn't meant to be forced in your body. Yeah. Yeah. But the only bad thing is, when I was a kid, I was eating all the bad things. I was eating I'm telling you, all the things that I don't eat today, I was eating. So I would eat cereals, which I don't today. I don't really eat cereal because it has all that sugar in it. I absolutely loved McDonald's fries. Like I didn't even eat the other food. Like I would get chicken nuggets or, a hamburger with no cheese, no onion, like literally nothing on it. I was a weird kid, guys. I was weird. I would just get hamburger with some ketchup. I didn't like pickles either. I didn't like pickles. I actually like pickles now. But I would just get literally a hamburger, which people made fun of me for, my family. And I would just eat the fries. Like I would kind of eat a little bit of the hamburger and mainly eat the fries. So I was a potato girl. I love potatoes. But yeah, it would have been fine if I was eating the right stuff. I did like certain vegetables. So that's one thing that my mom lucked out on, I guess, is I liked vegetables. So that was the saving grace. Also, nothing in Mexico is closed down. What? No wonder everyone's going to Mexico. They're trying to party. So, okay, so what's the process there in Mexico? I'm guessing you were in Mexico. Are you still there? So do you have to wear masks? Like, what's the deal? Tell us the scoop. I might have to go to Mexico, guys. I'm trying to I'm trying to do something else 2021 because I mean, I'm getting bored. Not that I don't love going live and things like that and just going to restaurants and stuff, but this is not what I expected. Let me see here. They party like it's 2018. That's funny. Paola, no, that is so true. What did Paola say? Oh, the little things are the best. Yeah, definitely. Oh, David. Okay, David's asking about the orange pills. So the orange pills have vitamin C, so it has antioxidants in them. For me, honestly, I was just like that day, whatever comes to me that I need to put in my bath for my detox, I will put it in. So yesterday was orange pills, rose oil, sea salt. I have an Epsom salt bath that I used. Normally I put flowers in there, but I didn't just because I don't have flowers right now. And what else? I put some other stuff in there. I can't remember right now. I put some argan oil. So I put all of that in there. Here in Texas, I feel like the water is just harder. That's really bad hard water. So I have to, even if it's not a detox bath, I have to add things to the water just for me to feel like it's softer, because it's bad for your skin. Hard water is not good for your skin, your hair, and your nails. I haven't had any adverse effects of it, but I also don't want to. So I'm trying to be proactive and make sure I have those things. So I just happen to have the orange pills because I had eaten an orange. So I just kept it and put it in my bath water. Other times I've used like cucumber. Oh, I use lime juice as well. So vitamin C again. Vitamin C is really good for your skin. And then, yeah, so I've used like cucumber and all these different things, rose petals, just really nice things for your bath water to kind of get out what you don't want and add to your skin the things that you want. David said, I'm intrigued. Yeah, orange peel is really good. Vitamin C is great for your skin. So not just taking care of my face, I like to, take care of it. Take care of the whole deal, my whole self. I still love McDonald's fries. The next best thing they offer is napkins, but the next best thing they offer is napkins. Yeah, their food is not good. Like, I don't even eat the fries anymore. I think I told you guys one time on here, but I think someone said it was Super Size Me. It might have been, but I saw that documentary where they put the fries in a glass jar, and then they check back on it and it's not deteriorating. So any food is supposed to rot because it's, naturally, it's just the process of things. Those fries, I'm telling you, like, it had been months, those fries were still intact. And I'm just like, but how? But how? What is it? What's in there? It had to be something, chemical that they had on those fries to keep them intact for so long. I don't think they ever started to rot or deteriorate. And with a potato, normally, like, potatoes, you'll start growing sprouts and different things. Like, it just didn't happen. So I was like, that's suspect. And so ever since then, I stopped eating the McDonald's fries. But in general, McDonald's food, I don't really trust it so much. Real Brother says, of course, we can find happiness eating a pizza with the person that you love. Aw, and people that you love, your family, your girlfriend, so on. That's so sweet. Aw, how nice, Holindo. Let me see here. Oh, you're still in the Dominican Republic. Okay, cool. I was invited for New Year's, but it's a little too crazy right now in Mexico. What's going on in Mexico? I gotta look up some stuff. Let me see. What is happening in Mexico? I don't know. I haven't seen anything on news. I'm gonna look it up. But if you have anything to share, while I'm over here, like, ooh, Mexico, I want to go there. Let me find out. I know it's not typically as safe. It's not like a location that's super safe. Hey, Jason, how are you doing? What is up? How's your Sunday going? How is your New Year's? What's going on? Good deal. How are you? I'm doing pretty well. Just gonna be getting ready for this crazy work week. What's happening? Yeah, Paolo, and I want to know the same thing. What's happening over there or down there? David Farrell says, that's interesting. Oh, hey, Paige, how are you? That's interesting. Never heard of that before about the bath thing. Yeah, I mean, I like to do baths differently every time, just depending on how I'm feeling. So this time, I wanted those things in there. I felt like I needed it, and I always feel great afterwards. But if you want a basic bath experience, I would just recommend having Epsom salt or at least some sea salt or something, and then probably like some type of oil. So I like argan oil. It's really good for your skin, but it's a little more costly than the other oils that you might find. Like coconut oil is great. Olive oil is also good, but my favorite right now is argan oil. I use it in my hair. I use it on my skin. It's just really good. But again, it is a little expensive. It's not that expensive. It's just that compared to like an olive oil and for the amount that you're going to get, like I spent $10 on a little thing this big of argan oil. I think it was organic. Maybe that was why, but actually no, I think that stuff was $15 now that I'm thinking about it. It was $15 for this little thing, but it's worth it. I like the oil, so. And hey, Paige, how are you doing? It's nice to see you in here. Happy New Year. And how are you doing? You're on the West Coast. So how is the West Coast? I hear that things are shut down over there. Are things shut down? How's it going? Are you still loving it? You still loving the beach? Still love having the beach in your backyard? Let's see here. Real Brother says, I love Dominican food. Ooh, okay. I tried mofongo. Okay, I might mess up some of this stuff. Okay. Mofongo, churrasco, la bandera dominicana, los chicharrones. Okay. Que rica. Okay. Comida muy rica. Let's see here. That's scary. What's scary? What, my back was scary? What happened? Um, Paolindo, you're almost Dominican. How is Paolindo almost Dominican? Paolindo, are you Dominican? I know you're in Italy, but I never knew your nationality or anything. Hey, I'm not so sweet, Jessica. I'm just Italian. Oh, you're Italian. Okay. Hey, Tampa boys. How are you? How are you, dear? Welcome. Nice to see you in here. How is your New Year's? How are things? How's your Sunday going? Very nice to see you. Tampa boys, if I'm remembering correctly, if anyone is interested in like just bike information and motorbikes and all that kind of stuff, he has a good channel for that. Let me see. Paige Booker, my friend. So you're in San Diego, right across the border in Tijuana. What? Wow. Friends report they have much safer COVID. No, I said it. Dang it. C19 practices in the US. Okay. So what are they doing? How is it safer? Like, is it just that people are actually following what the CDC is saying they need to do? Like wearing the mask and, all the stuff? Or are they just cleaner, or what's the deal? Because the other places that seem to have done with this well, or a lot of African countries have been dealing with things well. And so I remember I was on Instagram like a couple of months back, and one lady that I follow, she was going to like this party, this event that they had for their awards, their music awards. I want to say in Ghana. And I was just like, what? And she's taking all these pictures with folks. I'm just like, they're having a whole party. And at the time, we were pretty much shut down and stuff. It was like during the summer, like places were like either still shut down or just starting to open in some places. But I was just like, what in the world is going on? Having a whole party. And then I looked and I was like, oh, African countries are doing pretty well. Generally, there's still some that are, having issues, but they've been doing pretty well with this. They don't really have the as high rates as we do in the United States. Let me see. But Mexico is a pretty large country, so I'm sure different parts may have different practices, like in the U.S. Oh, okay, yeah, because I wonder because here I feel like the cities do better with it than the rural areas, because a lot of those folks are feeling like, okay, we're spread out, we're fine, we're good, or depending on what politician is saying, don't do something, they just follow it blindly. So yeah, there's so much that goes into it. It's just really interesting. Real Dominican. You ate food in New York. I lived in Washington Heights. Yeah, I remember that, Paolindo. El Conde Restaurant. Okay. Oh, I don't remember that, but I can't say that I was in Washington Heights a lot, Paolindo. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I never ate anywhere in Washington Heights. The only places I ate were in Brooklyn and Manhattan, like lower Manhattan, upper Manhattan, I guess. Which I guess Washington Heights is upper Manhattan. Harlem, love the food in Harlem, 100%. I also ate in, what is it called? Westchester. I ate a few restaurants there, really nice places. And then I think my favorite place I think was actually in Harlem. Red Rooster was pretty cool, just because it had like that soul food. It was pre-vegan times. I was pescatarian at the time. And my least favorite place, surprisingly, was Wolfgang's. I just felt like the seafood was good, but it wasn't very flavorful. So I don't know. I just didn't understand what the big deal was with Wolfgang's, but people liked it. Maybe I just got the wrong stuff. I don't know. Let me see here. Que rica. The fries are scary. Real brother, yes. The fact that fries are in a glass for months and it doesn't break down at all, like shows no signs of breaking down at all. That's just scary. Let me see here. Glad I caught you live. We're doing well. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that, Temple Boys. Good. Nice to see you in here. And hopefully you have a great 2021. Let me see. No, I'm Italian, but I had a girlfriend with Dominican root. Oh, okay, yeah. I know, Paolindo. So you've eaten all the Dominican food. Very good. Ah, sí, Paolindo. Hablo un poquito español. Había, no sé, 6 meses en España para vivir y ahora hablando en español es muy difícil para mí, pero yo puedo leer en español muy bien, pero cuando hablando español es muy difícil. Can stay out shopping with the wife. Big like because oh, thank you. You can't say you're staying. You're not staying because you're shopping. Good. Be careful. Be safe as you're shopping out there. And thanks for coming in here. I hope you will be blessed in a new year as well. Appreciate you coming in. Let me see here. Oh, steakhouse in Washington Heights. Okay. Okay. Well, when I'm back in New York, I may be able to check it out. I don't know. I don't normally go to steakhouse. I normally go to steakhouses when I'm like with someone else that wants to go. Like the whole reason I went to Wolfgang's was because the person wanted to go there. So I don't know. I normally gravitate to seafood restaurants when I'm in New York because they have good seafood, or vegan restaurants, or just something very ethnic. But yeah, that sounds interesting. Alicante, I'll remember that. Washington Heights, I will say, that is a tough area. Like, I would say of all the places I went to in New York, the Bronx probably was the toughest. So I was like it wasn't as bad as people say. Like people were saying, like, oh, they'll go to the Bronx, they'll go to the Bronx. There's certain areas of the Bronx, you know. But I found a really good hairstylist there, and so I would visit, and it was cool. But I could tell like it's definitely rough borough. And then Brooklyn, certain areas of Brooklyn, definitely. When I told my dad I was gonna go to Brooklyn, he would always be like, "What? No, don't go to Brooklyn. I'm going with you." It's just like, no, Dad, calm down. I'm a big girl. I got this. My dad is so sweet. He would actually go with me to like the subway station and everything. It was just like I was a little girl. He is so sweet. I love him. He was like, no, Brooklyn, no way. Let me see here. Have I done many one-on-one Zoom sessions that have been referred from this channel? I actually have. I haven't done Zoom. I guess I could change that, but normally what I've done is I just have folks I call them so they get on my Calendly. I have a Calendly link that basically shows my schedule. And so what you can do is go in, select a time, you send the payment to me, and that confirms your time. And then we just have a conversation over the phone. I did a consultation for free actually last week for someone that was in school, just because she had found me out here on YouTube. And then some other clients that I still have found me on YouTube as well, but not on my channel. They found me on Erica Williams' channel, and I would recommend anyone that's interested in like financial advice and entrepreneurship, visit Erica Williams' channel. Let me see if I can. Let me see here. I'll throw her name in the chat because she has been like, and not even trying, but she has been really beneficial. People have found me just from comments I left on her page. Okay, let me see what my password is here. Oh, I know. I just changed my password, so I'm like thinking. Okay, cool. Okay. Let me see here. I'm not even on my YouTube thing, so let me find it. Okay. Let me find her channel too. Good grief. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Because I tag her. She's on my featured page on my YouTube about, I think. Okay, let me put her name in here. Let me see if I can tag someone as a moderator. Paolindo, would you like to be my moderator for my next live discussions? Let me know. Because you're in here often. Or Real Brother. Let me see here. Okay, maybe I have to put in YouTube. Okay, here is Erica Williams' page. I'm going to link her in the chat because I feel like it's only right because I have gotten some good referrals from her. Okay, this is Erica Williams' channel that I just shared. So she is really good when it comes to just, how did I find her? I think I found her because I was looking for side hustle information or investing or something of that, something in that range, like investing, finance, increasing my income, entrepreneurship. That's really what she talks about. She does highlight some trending topics on occasion, but that's a lot of what she does. So let me see here. But yeah, so David, I do hold one-to-one sessions with folks. So if you have questions that you don't really want to put in the chat here, you can always schedule a time with me. Let me look here real quick. See if I can get my info. Sorry guys, bear with me. Let me see here. Okay. Oh, let me look at my about section. So I'm like, I think I have it on here. Maybe I don't. I have my Instagram. Oh, I don't have it on here. I'll add it. I'll add my link tree because that's how you can get on my calendar. Actually, I'm lying. Let me look at something else. Let me see this. I know, guys. I'm like trying to find it. Here we go. So in all of my videos, I actually link this. So it's just my link tree. You can have my information to all of my sites, but then also there's a way to set up a consultation with me. So that is there. I will pin the message so it's up at the top of the chat. So if you're interested in a one-to-one consultation with me, you can go to that link and set up a time to talk with me. Now, my fee for just a consultation, 30 minutes, is I won't say the price here because I might be increasing that just because I know I'm going to be busy this month. But if you're ever if you feel like you're in the bind and you just can't pay it, like, I mean, I don't mind talking for like, a few minutes with you and just answering a question. But if you need like some real help and you feel like you need a full 30 minutes with me, then you're going to have to pay the fee. Or just come to my live and then I can answer it that way. And then this is just free 99. Let me see here. Oh, so now you'll be waiting for me to come to Italy. Yeah, now I can't speak Italian. No puedo hablar italiano. Lo siento. I can't even understand Italian so much. I can get bits and pieces, a couple of words, but I can't really understand it. I think it's because of I think it's the same way with Portuguese. It's the accent. I just can't catch it. But I can understand some Spanish, thankfully. Let me see here. Actually, funny story. This lady came up to me in New York, and I mean, I had been there for a little while, but I was definitely not an expert at that point. But she started speaking to me in Spanish. And she was asking me about how to get. I don't even remember where she was trying to go, but she was trying to get somewhere. She was asking me about which train. So I was able to help her, but I was like really happy that one, I knew like she was speaking Spanish and not some other language. But I was like, well, how does she know I speak Spanish? How do I look like I speak Spanish? And then the other thing was, I was really happy that she asked me about the right train. Like she asked me about the 2 or the 3 train or something. I was like, thank goodness. Thank goodness, because I don't know about any, like a lot of the other trains I didn't know anything about. Like, were people trying to get the Queens? I'm like, I don't know, honey. Use Google Maps, or use some of these maps out here. Let me see here. Hey, King of Kills, you're back. Welcome back. How are you doing? How is work going? Are you done with work, or what's up? You all done for the day, or you got to go back? Let me see here. Oh, what did you miss? What did you miss? We talked about everything. We talked about the state of 2021. So we kind of followed in your lead and talked about that for a little bit, how we were kind of feeling nervous about things, not really feeling like 2021 is going to be necessarily the miracle year. And then we talked about food, of course. As Paolindo is on here, I always talk about food. Because it's normally dinner time for him. So he's normally saying like, oh, I'm eating dinner. And I'm like, oh, food, yum. What are you having? So we went on that conversation. And then we talked about Mexico, actually. We talked about some of the, like, I guess they're dealing with the C-19 a little differently than the US. So it's easier and things are open and there's stuff to do there, which is pretty nice. And so we had Paige and Real Brother share some tidbits about Mexico and what's happening there. What else did we do? We talked about how picky I am. Like how picky I was as a kid, and then I'm still kind of picky. But how I basically told a little funny story about how I would get around eating the food that I didn't like. And I don't know, guys. What else? What else did he miss? David Farrell actually shared some really good comments about how things are in Ireland right now, which is pretty interesting. Let me see. World Brother says, do whatever you need. Just know, believe in free and fair discussion, but won't tolerate anyone disrespecting you. I'm very protective. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Do you want to be a mod? I'm going to make you a mod. On that note, let me see here. Wait, do you want to be a mod, bro, brother? I don't want to just do it if you don't want to. Because I don't want anyone to feel obligated. Let me see in here. Oh, you're going to teach me Italian? Yay! I do feel like I should learn Italian at some point. I do. And I feel like Spanish and Italian are so similar. Like, I should learn it. Oh, yay. King of Kill is done with work. What are you going to do now? Anything fun? Let's see, Paolindo, food for life. Italian food for life. Like pizza for life. I want some really good pizza, but I haven't had a really good vegan pizza. And I'm kind of afraid to eat anything, like try anything different here in Texas, because I haven't been, and you guys know this, I think I talked about it before. I don't really love the food in Texas, but I think it's because I came here from New York and I'm just spoiled now. Okay, cool, War Brother. I'm gonna make you a mod. Okay. Paolindo, are you asking to be a mod? Let me know. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't like the food here. I mean, I like the Mexican food. The Mexican food's okay. Or well, Tex-Mex. I'll say it's more Tex-Mex than anything. There are a few vegan options, but I mean, I had better vegan food in New York. So let me see here. Chill with y'all till the end, and then I'm watching a new season of Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai, I don't even know what that is. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully, you catch the replay for any, like, if you know anyone that's in school that's trying to get a job, definitely share this video with them. Just give them a heads up that, hey, I'm literally just having a chit chat at the end past the hour mark. So just give them that caveat. But if you know someone that is a student, definitely share the video. Let me see here. Paolindo, okay, you want to be a mod? Okay, I'll make you a mod for next time when I'm in here. Let me see. Okay, so you and Real Brother are my mods. So for anything that happens, like any random comment, I wouldn't say just time anyone out unless it's something just inappropriate, like someone's just being rude or something like that. If someone's just like, give them a warning, like let them know, like, hey, that's not what this channel is about. But if they're continuing to do it, then I would say we can time them out. But so far, people have been really good on YouTube for the most part. I have my occasional just random person that, you know, they just clicked because of the image and they're like, hey, what's going on here? Which is okay. But then there's others that are just like, some of the comments are just weird. Too much. Some of the stuff I've seen on YouTube lives are just crazy. I saw one guy come up and do just something totally disgusting to some lady's live. So I think everyone just has to be really careful now. Ooh, good question, David. So David Farrell is saying, how do you recommend to stay fit with working from home? Well, I will say that I'm not a big expert because I'm still working through that challenge. I'm relatively small, but I wouldn't say I'm the fittest person. So my big thing is just setting a schedule, making use of the hours that you have. So if you used to commute for 30 minutes into an office, use that 30 minutes, like keep that 30 minutes and use it for a workout in the morning or use it to take a walk or something. What I do specifically is I actually work out in the evenings just because I feel like it's easier to like do my shower or whatever. If I do work out early in the day, then I have to shower right after. So it's just easier to do it in the evening. But I like to just stick to some type of program that can motivate me. Now, in a better, easier world, I would say have a partner that you can maybe work out with. Like if you had someone in the home with you, you know, use that person and just have them keep you honest with your workouts and, you know, have someone that you can kind of depend on for that. Like if I had a boyfriend here, I would, you know, have them keep me honest with my workouts. Like, hey, we're going to do this workout together, or help motivate me to do this workout every single day. So you can use people that are in your home already to help you with working out, someone that you trust. Or, you know, you can have a friend. Maybe you guys work out together on FaceTime, or maybe you join a class online or pay for something. If you're paying for it, you're going to do it most likely. So those would be my thoughts. And then just sticking to a schedule really helps. Like some people like to have their lunch hour where they work out, or in the morning or at night, whatever, and just stick to it and keep it on your calendar and make sure it's blocked off on your calendar. So if you're doing it over lunch, make sure you have your calendar blocked off so that people at work can't schedule something over that time, and just stick to it. So that'll be my tips. But overall, for me, I'm more about the eating healthy. So I like to try to eat pretty healthy, like 80-20. So this week I've actually been pretty bad. Like I've been snacking a little more just because I haven't been working as much. We had those days off. So being honest with you guys, I tell you guys what's going on. So I've been snacking and stuff. So I had my smoothie earlier. You know, I drink my tea, my detox. I will bring it back. Like I know if I'm, you know, if I get on my scale and I'm like, oh, 3 or 4 pounds over, I gotta reel it back in. So I just do that, and then you get back to your figure. So just, you know, watch what you're eating, and you find you're eating a little unhealthy or you're gaining a little weight, then just know your limit point and just reel it back in. So that's what I do as a woman. It may be different than a man. I think King of Kill would actually have some really good advice about that. Because I know he has been, I believe, on like a fitness journey. So he may have some good points. Let me see here. Paulina says, don't worry. Paulindo, thank you, Jessica. My blue jacket matches with my blue jacket. Good. Well, thank you for being a moderator. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. What workout would you do? So, as a woman, the workouts I do are pretty quick. Like, I do HIIT workouts and I do yoga. So, those are my things. And then sometimes I do dance workouts. And I just do different ones online. I have Amazon Prime. So, there are actually a lot of workouts that you can find on there that are free, or you can buy workouts there too. So, for me, I stick to dance, yoga, and then HIIT, like HIIT. I think it's called high intensity interval training. So they're just quick. So I don't like to, I will say I don't like to work out. I like dance and I like yoga, but I don't even like going to the gym, to be honest. But I used to do it just because I knew I needed to do it. But for me, I just like to get it over with. Okay, we did this, check, accomplished, done, and then I can do something else that I like. But that would be my tip. Just find something that you like doing, and then, you know, try to stick to that and get an accountability partner. And then again, like block that time off when you're like, if you're saying you want to do a workout at a certain time, make sure you block that time off on your calendar so no one's taking away that time from you. Let me see here. Stay fit, elegant, and sober clothes. Elegant, sober clothes. I don't know what you mean by that. I know the translation to English can be a little tough. Stay fit, elegant. But yes, we're trying to stay fit and elegant over here. Oh my gosh. Okay, David says cardio or weights. Well, it depends on what your goals are, but I think both. I think you need both cardio and weights. Now, when you're trying to lose a lot of weight, I would say focus a little more on the cardio, because you're losing a lot of fat. You're losing a lot of calories, or burning a lot of calories. So you may want to focus on the cardio. A couple of years ago, I was trying to lose weight and I focused on cardio. Like I was going to the gym and I would focus on cardio, but then a trainer told me that I needed to incorporate more weights. So I say doing both works. So have your cardio days, have your times where you're doing more weights. Just have a balance of it, would be my opinion. But again, I would say there's, for men, I think it's a little different, because I feel like most men are just looking to be, really toned up, or maybe you're looking to gain muscle too. Like you don't want to lose your muscle. And the downside of cardio, I think for men, is that you do, and women too, is you lose muscle sometimes. You're burning just a lot of calories in general. The good thing about weights is when you use weights is, one, I mean, you're going to look more toned naturally. You're going to lose weight as well, but you're also going to burn a lot of calories in the long term, because your muscle mass actually burns calories for you. At least that's what I understand. Good question. Paulino is saying, don't wear Oxford shoes during your training. Don't wear Oxford Don't wear Oxford shoes during your training. You guys are funny. Paulino is too funny. But yeah, as far as working out, I mean, it's all about what works for you. And again, I'm not an expert at all, because I have my own stuff that I'm trying to work on. Like I'm trying to stay and be more consistent, because like I said, even with my healthy eating, like this past weekend, I was just eating all kinds of stuff. And then it's like, have you ever eaten something and you're just like, why am I eating this? Like, I'm not even really hungry. Like, why? And I think part of it is, for me, I feel like sometimes I'll see something and I'm like, ooh, that looks good. Or you hear someone else eating or someone else is saying they're eating, kind of like what happens on these discussions. Like how Linda's like, oh, dinner. And then I'm like, ooh, food. And what are you eating? And then now I have seafood on the brain, or, or some vegan, I don't know, some vegan pizza on the brain or something. It's just, it's tough. So part of what I do too, I don't really look at advertisements very much. I don't really watch the regular TV. So I think that helps me. Let me see. David Farrell, you think I should do a workout vid? Maybe I can make another channel for that. So what do you guys think about this? I'm going to come back to this point. But my next live for next week, I think I just posted it. I still need to edit some of the information in there. But I'm planning on doing a trivia. And my trivia topic is business terms, because I wanted it to still be related to my channel and everything, but I wanted to do something that's kind of fun while being educational. And so with this video, I'm really focused on, people new to the job environment, trying to get a new job. But I think that one of the challenges I had when I was just starting out and trying to navigate the business world was that there were so many buzzwords and terms that people would say, and I'd be like, what the heck are you talking about? Like literally going to meetings and being like, what the what? So like it's a mix of terms that are just common business terms that you don't really learn when you're at school. So you learn it as you start working. But then there's other terms that are specific to industries like marketing and, their terms, and IT terms. And then you have terms that are specific to the company. And it's like, what in the world? So you have to navigate not only learning the words that companies use, the industry uses, but just general business terms. So let me know what you think about that. I still have to figure out how I'm going to actually do that. Like I feel like I need some kind of software to do a real trivia, because I want it to be interactive, like where you can see, like you can actually, I ask the question and then you can choose A, B, C, D. And maybe at the end, maybe someone will win something. I don't know. I got to think about that. But yeah, I thought it would be kind of fun and then still educational for folks that are looking to learn business terms. And then on my last live, someone from Brazil was saying that he had been using my videos for learning how to speak English. And so I was like, oh, well, that could be interesting, because if you're learning English, you may not know these different business terms. So that could be cool. But coming back to David's point about doing workout videos, I don't know. I really don't know if I'm the best person. Plus, I feel like there's a lot of workout videos out there already that I'd probably be competing with. But it's a good idea. The thing is, I don't really like working out, so that would feel like more of a job to me. I would feel obligated to make this video. Like, oh, I have to make this video. But to your point, David, it could help give motivation. Like if I'm seeing it as a job, like if I had to do a workout video every, I don't know, Monday through Friday, that would force me to work out. So that's an interesting idea, David. I actually like that, but I just don't know if I would do it. Or other video ideas you have for the new year? I have a list of video topics that I need to get out. There's so many. I'm trying to go through my comments and figure out all of the video content that I need to share. But I will still be sharing job content, like who's hiring. I'm going to try to do that at least throughout January. I may slow down on that after like the end of January, just depending on how the job market is looking. But I definitely want to continue doing that, because I pointed this out in another video, but January and February are the best months of the year to find a job. So I definitely want to continue sharing opportunities out there. So yeah, I'll be making those videos still. And then I do plan on making more like shorter, kind of quick videos just to address a specific question or a job topic. So be on the lookout for some of that stuff. Let's see here. I want to see Jessica cooking. Oh, you should have seen me yesterday. I was cooking. It just wasn't on live. I shared a little bit on my Instagram page, my personal Instagram. So I have two. One is Jobs from Jess. The other one is Miss Jessica Crystal. That's my personal one. So just beware if you go out there. I'm liable to say anything. And then, my main one, again, is Jobs from Jess, where I share job content and all of that stuff. Let me see. Welcome to the new episode of Cooking with Jessica. But yeah, I was cooking black-eyed peas and cornbread because my mom said I needed to do it. So I did it. And it actually turned out well. I had to make it vegan style, but it was actually good. I was surprised. Oh, zero. Okay. Yeah, David Farrell. Yeah, acronyms that will be used. I will include acronyms for sure. Good point. I love that. Yeah, just so many acronyms and keywords that it's just like when you're getting into the job or when you start at a new company, even where you're like, what? And no one really explains it. Everyone just assumes, even if you join a new company, a lot of the time they just assume that you know this stuff. And it's like, no, what in the world is this? Now, I did work at one company where I was a trainer there. And so we would include the information to the orientation materials. Like we would have like all of the buzzwords that we use with the company and we would include it. So that was really helpful. Let me see here. No workout video. Ellen says no workout video. You can be tired after. It's better the opposite. You can do mukbang videos with seafood. You know what? And I don't think I ever did this. I need to do it. Somebody, I remember a while ago during in the midst of 2020, they responded to a comment I made because I was on Graham Stephan's YouTube channel and I commented on a video because he was talking about Fundrise, right? This company that pays you to loan money to people, I think, or is it that? Or wait, no, Fundrise is either that or the one where it's real estate, like you invest in real estate. I can't remember. Anyway, when Graham was talking, he was like, something Fundrise, and I was like, it sounds like he says fun fries. Like I thought he was saying fun fries for like a good couple of minutes of the video. And so I commented that and this guy was like, I'd watch a video of you eating fries. And I was like, okay, well, subscribe to my channel and maybe I'll, do it. And he subscribed and I was like, oh, I got to make a video of fries. I don't want to do that. And then I just was like, well, I'll do that later. And so I never did it. So I might incorporate like me maybe eating lunch or something, maybe a lunch and learn chat or something like that. That could be cool too. Good idea. Oh, Zero the Infinite. I didn't know you were here. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. OBS would be good for that. Okay, how much does OBS cost? Let me look this up because I have heard that. I've heard that before, that people were using OBS. But I also hear that it's harder to use. Like people, I'm going to have to put on my learning cap for that. Let me see here. Open Broadcaster software. Oh, it's free. Free 99. Yes. And it's open source. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, so, and you can stream to multiple platforms. Okay, because StreamYard is just YouTube and Twitch, I think. So that's good. OBS Studio Quick Start. Okay, cool. Thank you, Zero the Infinite. Have you been using OBS, Zero? Is it easy or have I just been hearing the wrong thing? Because what I've heard other people say is that it's hard to use. There's a learning curve for it. I see here. Yep. The job person that doesn't like jobs. Shocker. Right? No, I just don't. So I like jobs that I like doing. If it feels like it's getting to be too much of a job. Like outside of my main job, no, I'm not. I'm probably not going to do it. For a lot of the side hustles that I share just easy stuff. Like I don't want it to feel like a job. So with my mystery shopping videos, I like that type of mystery shopping because I'm like, one, you don't have to put up any of your own money, so anybody can do it, whether you got money or not. And then two, it's easy and it's like you're talking to people, you're filling out a little report. Like it's easy. It's not like it takes any real brain power, like serious brain power to do. You can just do it. You can have a little fun. You can meet some people, learn about your community, and get a little money for it. So great. And then the other site that I shared, which was Current, where you can just share your ideas. Like you're just chatting with people. Like you do that in general. A lot of people are chatting on, I don't know, Twitter and YouTube and everything else. Why not do it on this platform and get paid to share your opinion? So these are like easy things. And then for my job, I have challenges, on a day to day as a recruiter. One day I might talk about that if anyone's interested, I like helping people find jobs. I like playing the matchmaker, company, job seeker, match made in heaven. I like that. I like doing that type of work. So, hey, LaShara, welcome. Hello, nice to see you here. Thanks for joining us. We were just having a little chit chat. We have ended our discussion on, tips to provide those that are in university on how they can find their first job. And now we're just having an open chat. That's how I run all of my live discussions. Pretty much I'll start, with the main points of the video. And then after that, I'll just kind of have a chit chat afterwards. Let's see here. Here we go. Paolindo is bringing up food. See, this time, Paolindo, I didn't do it. I did not do it. I didn't do it this time, Paolindo. Okay, Zero, yes. So OBS is free. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing it because I don't know. I have to figure out how to do it. My first one may be a little janky. Let me just put that out there. My first trivia, it may just be me saying the question and hearing the answer. I don't know. We'll see. If I can figure this OBS thing out by, when do I have this video scheduled? Do you know this? Oh, it's scheduled for the 10th. So I have some time. So it's scheduled for January 10th. I may change it. We'll see. But see if I can figure out OBS in time. Use the Streamlabs version. It's easier to learn. Oh, okay, Zero. Thank you for that. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. So Streamlabs version. Let me type that in. Okay, cool. Thank you. David Farrell says, what's the most viewed video that I have? If you go to my videos and sort by popular videos, you'll see the most popular one that I have. It was honestly not what I don't think it was my best video, but it was just this video where I just talked about. So, okay, I'll give you a little background. So I was at the pool in like my apartment community at the time, and I was just like unwinding. So I was unwinding. It was Labor Day weekend. So this lady was like, come out and, eat with us, whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. And I was waiting, I think, on my brother or friend or someone to come over. Anyway, I think it was a Friday or Saturday. I can't remember. But I was still kind of getting out of work mode, and I was hiring for forklift operators. So I was just like, I don't understand why people are doing this. Like, why are they doing this? This is what they need to do. This is what I need to hear during my phone interviews. So what I did that day on Labor Day was I went ahead and just recorded some video at random. I think my hair was like in a ponytail, and I was by the pool just like hanging out. I want to say I might have been drinking some wine. Anyway, I just had my phone. I was like, I'm going to make this video and I'm going to give some tips and I'm going to share it, whatever. So I made that video and I think it's at like 7,000 views now. And I do not think it was a good video. I literally was just like ranting, like, this is what you guys need to do. Like, please do X, Y, and Z. This is what I want. Anyway, so that's what that video was about. And it got a lot of views. And then I think my second most viewed video is like mystery shopping. I'm pretty sure that's the second one. So I think the mystery shopping video I did very close together with the forklift operator interviews video. So I don't know. I don't understand YouTube at all, like how they push these videos. So I was just like, these are not that great. Like looking back on it, I'm just like, I literally was just starting and didn't know squat about YouTube really, as far as posting content. But before that, I was posting like some little. I would watch Family Feud, and so I posted like these little snippets of Family Feud, and I don't know. Otherwise, my content. I think the next one would be my Canada jobs video. I think it was at like 1,000 something. Let me see. Maybe try more of that style with my hair in a ponytail. Yeah, I don't know if I had makeup on or anything. I think I was just like, hey guys, I'm gonna tell you guys what's up. So that video got some views. I guess people liked it. Or maybe it's because I was at the pool, so maybe people thought I was in a bikini. I have no idea. I suspect that might have been it. I also don't feel like there's a lot of catered videos for like, okay, I want this job, how to interview for this specific job. I don't think there's a lot of videos for that. So that's been on my bucket list too, to make specific video, like a corporate accountant, how to interview, or I don't know, data scientist, how to interview, like what to expect for those type of interviews. So I do plan on making that type of content. So if you have job titles, let me know what you would be interested in hearing. Like if there's specific jobs that you'd be interested in, let me know. Like I think right now, security specialist, I've been working on a lot of those positions, and also dispatchers. So I may post some content just talking about what to expect if you're interviewing for that. So I may do that. Actually, I'm not even going to say may. I will be doing that this year because I feel like I have to, because there's nothing really out there. Let me see. You didn't know? No, Zero. I knew you had came in here, but I didn't know you were still here. I know sometimes people, come in, they go out, they just kind of, chit chat for a little bit, and then they have other things that you have to do. I didn't know you were still in here. You were in the background for a bit. I appreciate you hanging out with me. You said, dang, that's cold. No, I don't mean it that way. I saw you come in here. I just didn't know if you were still in here with me. Let me see here. Lashera says, okay, Jessica, are you referring to by the swimming pool, or my videos that went, and they didn't go viral, but they got relatively more views than my traditional video. I think most of my videos hover around 100 views. Now my job specific videos typically get a little bit more than that, but I think it's just because, people are trying to figure out the scoop, like who's hiring. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't know, David. I have no idea. No idea. I literally think it was because I was by the pool. Or maybe it was because it was one of my newer videos, and maybe YouTube was like, ooh, let's push out this new content. I just don't know. It does have a lot of comments. I think that, based on the content or comments that I got, it was a mix. Like some people were just like, oh, you're pretty. And then other people were like, hey, I did this forklift operator job and X, Y, and Z, or I didn't get this job, or what would you think about this? So I think there are people that were looking for that type of content. Like how do they get a better forklift operator job, or how do they interview for it? Because it's just not really there. There were some videos about forklift operators in general, but not very many about like, hey, here's what you need to do. Here's what you should expect when you are interviewing for that type of position. So Anyway, I didn't realize I've been on here for so long. I've had fun hanging out with everybody. So let me see. Are there any last minute questions before I go? And also, thank you so much, Paolindo and Real Brother, for being my moderators. So I think that stays that way. I think now that you're moderators, you'll continue to be moderators for every video. Every video. I can't talk. So let me know if anything changes. If you ever want to stop being a mod, just let me know. It's not a big deal, but I appreciate you guys being here. It does help because sometimes we do get that occasional person that's just like saying some little crazy stuff that we don't really want to hear. Or I know I don't want to hear. And it's like, wait a minute, not that type of party. Let me see here. Don't do bikini haul video. Oh man, no, I do not plan on doing any of that stuff. And I was not in a bikini. Just for the record, let the record show I was not in a bikini. I was in a swimsuit, but I didn't show. Like the video was just my face. It was like I think I might have showed mostly my face, but you might have got a sneak peek of my swimsuit, but it wasn't anything crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I think I only have swimwear pictures on my Facebook. So let me see here. And it's not like the Instagram. I got to be really specific. I'm like, no, it's not like the Instagram model type of stuff. It's just, on vacation photos on Facebook. So I would not share that kind of stuff on here on YouTube especially because of how my content is. My content is about, professionalism and job searching and networking and things of that nature. So it wouldn't make sense to do that. Let me see. Okay, I'm not seeing any other comments in here. David's saying, awesome, thanks. Have a great week. Thank you. You too. Have a great week. Great start of the year. Yeah, well said. Be professional. Yes, of course, you have to be professional. So, I like to be casual too. Like I'm a real person. It's not like I'm going around wearing a suit all day and I'm a real person, so I have to be natural too. Like this isn't professional attire. This is Sunday. I'm hanging out. I'm chilling. Like whatever. Let's hang out and chat. But for other purposes for these videos, I try to keep it pretty professional. So I'm not going to be cursing on here. I'm not going to be wearing anything obscene or anything like that or saying anything disrespectful to people. And that's why I want my chat to be. I want it to be engaging. I want it to be open, like so people can feel like they can share and ask me real questions. And, that's what my channel is about. I want to be more open to job seekers. I don't want to have job seekers continuing to not understand like what a recruiter is looking for or how to navigate getting a job. I want it to be more open. So that's the whole point of my channel. So I'm hoping that it helps, hoping that I continue to help folks into 2021. And I appreciate everyone hanging out with me, everyone that's subscribed to me. I really appreciate you guys. And I will be continuing to share new content as we go along. And I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers. So I think I was just at 950 something. So just a couple more to go. I do plan on doing a giveaway once I hit 1,000. Well, another giveaway once I hit 1,000 subscribers. So again, I appreciate you guys. And thank you, Paolindo, Real Brother, for being my lovely moderators. And I will say good night to you, lovely people. And here's to a great year. And hopefully you all have a great week. And I'll see you in my next live or video. Bye, lovely people.